Joining me in studio tonight, Chris Miller of the Secret Cabal, and then a little treat. This show and each show is brought to you by Game Toppers. Upgrade your gaming experience.
Welcome to Game All Night.
Well, hello and welcome to Game All Night. I will be joined shortly by Mr. Chris Miller live in studio. So, couple things I wanted to kind of tell you about this show before we actually get underway here. Number one was I actually recorded this first segment back in April, which was shortly after Gary departed the show. I was in the process of doing everything myself, learning. And basically, we had to switch computers, we had a file get corrupted, and the first half of the interview was really kind of not usable. It was just really, really poor quality and had several issues. But rest assured, the great part of the interview is the second part, and the real reason we delayed is you must hang around for the third part because Chris and I go into the kitchen, Chris's kitchen specifically, and we cook up some awesome chicken. So you will want to hang out and get to that, and it's pretty awesome. So a couple other things that happened in the first segment. Let's give you the highlights. Number one is Chris brought a gift off camera of a Lagavulin 16, which was just amazing. It's he knows I don't like Islay type of scotch. I don't like peaty and malty, but this one is rich and smoky and delicious. It's not the Glenfiddich style that I don't like, but this is absolutely wonderful. So that's what we end up drinking the rest of the night. He's drinking Johnny Walker Blue. I'm drinking the Lagavulin. So we kind of were able to trade favors a little bit tonight. Quick other note was Chris was gracious enough to donate. I don't know if you recall, but back at this point, Chris was cleaning out his closet and he had a ton of extra games, and he graciously donated one copy of Monster Apocalypse for us to give away. So we will actually be giving this away in a drawing that will start and draw probably on shooting for November 1st. So look for that. It's just going to be a simple retweet and follow. I'm not going to go any crazy gleam and things like that. I heard you guys last time. So we're just going to give this out to followers and retweeters. So tell your friends, get on board. Hey, if they win a copy, you still get to play it, right? So you want them to know. So that's pretty cool. I wanted to give a quick shout out and thank you for him bringing that by because I thought that was pretty amazing. So that's pretty much all I have for you. The cooking segment's pretty awesome. I really hope we can do more of that in the future. If it's something you like, let me know. I do have some cooking chops. I could potentially do that and maybe take a guest in the kitchen if we have in-studio guests a little more often as time goes by. And maybe we'll get Berkey in here. He might be coming east in the fall, so we might be able to catch him and make him smoke something. No, not like that. Anyway, enjoy the show. We're going to join it right at about the halfway break. It just makes sense for continuity's sake. So enjoy this with Chris. And again, be sure to hang out for the cooking segment. I think you'll enjoy. So here's a quick word from our not-so-sponsor.
Introducing the all-new convenient travel edition of Game All Night. Perfectly sized to fit in your phone or audio device, the Game All Night audio show is now a podcast you can take with you on the go. Featuring the witty repartee you have come to know and love from the video show, but with no distracting pretty sets or guests to get in the way of your listening enjoyment. Now you can play along in the comfort of your car, filling your ear holes with soon-to-be classic episodes and games galore. Find links, news, and episode guides at GameAllNightShow.com. Download yours today.
All right, I'm back with Chris Miller. Now, Mr. Miller made a request of the green room this afternoon, and I felt the need to meet his request. So
Oh.
while I was at work, I spent
What?
entirely
Are
too
you
much
insane?
time sorting M&Ms so that you could have your little green M&Ms.
Oh my goodness, this is insane. I can't believe you actually did this. I was trying to be one of those annoying guests who always wants crazy stuff in their green room.
Succeeded,
Who
sir.
was it that insisted on green M&Ms in their green room? I can't remember. I think it was some rock star.
I think it was, yeah. People who can demand such things. I don't know how chocolate goes with scotch, but
No,
there you go. A whole canister of mini green M&Ms, which,
Can I be a nitpicker?
Sure.
There's no M's on here.
They're a couple. They're really small. See?
All right, so I'm a jerk.
I mean, there's
Never
some
mind.
W's too, but, depends on...
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Like, I actually do like M&Ms, but...
I want you to feel like, it's important, and I wanted to recognize... I mean, it's no 16-year-old scotch, but, hey.
This is a lot of work. That was not a lot of work. I just had to open my wallet for that. This is effort. I appreciate it.
And I did minis just so nobody can call me out and say, he just went to the candy store and bought the green ones. I'm like, no.
Oh, that's true. In Park City, you can just open up and dump out whatever colors you want.
Full size only.
No, that's... Wow, you are a classy fellow.
I try, drinking Johnny Walker Blue, handing out M&Ms. That's how we roll here.
All right, what do you want
Game
from
All
me?
Night.
That's the real question. What are you asking for?
Nothing. I'm just happy you're here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's awesome. So another thing, if you're a fan of the Cabal, and chances are if you're watching this, you probably are, and if you're not, you should be.
You should be.
Should be.
Should be.
They give me a lot of support, more physically and mentally than anything else. It's not like they hand me cash. It's not that kind of support, but it's they've been my little champions and cheerleaders, and I appreciate that.
You deserve it.
Well, thank you.
I think the gaming community needs a late night show.
Well, it has one.
Yes, exactly.
Now
You
let's
are
see what
the
happens.
Johnny Carson of board games.
Well, we'll see, sir. A shoe, a house. So yes.
Oh, you need an Ed McMahon. That's what you need.
I do. I mean, I had one, but he's gone now. So we need to. I need that. I need that one, and maybe it's not just one. Maybe it's multiple. So
Maybe you're more a Conan. You need
I
an
might
Andy
be.
Richter.
Oh yeah.
That's what you need.
Yeah. Or I mean, we could go MST3K. I could
Oh,
I could totally take on a Crow or somebody else. Like maybe,
yeah, definitely.
I think there's options. I got a broom. I can make stuff happen. I'm just not very good at voices, as is evidenced on past episodes. So I still need.
Well, MST3K might be a little beyond your budget. Let's put it that way.
And it's a lot to. That's a lot of writing. I don't like to do a lot of writing.
A lot of effort.
So another thing we love is food.
Oh,
and,
yes.
The fans of the show will know that, Chris is starting up a food show, and it's slowly starting up and kind of
slowly, yes. We had one episode.
Yeah, but I think at the end of this show, I think we have something special planned. So
It'd be great.
we'll see where that takes us. But, in the meantime, Chris is one of the guys that really kind of got me looking at doing sous vide cooking.
Oh, it's when my wife got me one
Right?
for my birthday.
Okay.
And wow, it was like, it's so great. And I'll tell you why.
Go ahead.
Because I have the worst problem making anything more than medium rare.
Okay.
Like, I can't. Because if you want it more than medium rare, you're a heathen and you should just not eat meat, period. But I have friends who just do not like that. The great thing about a sous vide is you set the temp, it cooks the meat to that temperature, and
Right.
it's always perfect. So I don't have to worry about it. And you can just toss it in there and walk away, and it cooks some, yeah.
It's cool. So for those of you at home are going, what the heck are they talking about? Sous vide is SOUSVIDE, and it's a immersion and pressure method of cooking.
Mm-hmm.
So what we do is we usually vacuum seal food inside a bag. You can use food sealers.
Yeah.
I use Ziplocs mostly. just because I can throw some marinades in there.
Both
and stuff.
work.
Yeah.
Both work fine. Yeah.
Absolutely, and both methods are great. And then you drop it in a water bath. Now, where the food safety thing comes in, because we're going to cook like a duck breast, and we're going to cook that sucker to 125, 127.
I usually do between 125 and 130.
Okay.
124 is what I like, but some people
Right.
think it's a little too on the rare side.
Yeah.
But you know what? All the germs are on the outside of meat, unless you're eating hamburger.
Oh,
So
true,
yes,
true. Because that's when all the inside's in
yes,
and the outside's in.
raw meat is fantastic.
Yep.
Cook the outside, kill the germs.
But the other thing is that we're going to cook that breast for a long time. Like, we're
Yeah.
probably going to cook that duck breast for a good hour to 2 hours.
It's an hour and a half.
Right. So that allows the bacteria to be taken care of in that process.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
'cause
we're
the
not
temperature's
talking
gonna
medium
rise
rare
up.
chicken here.
Well, and
but,
it's going to get seared afterwards anyway, so
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be fine.
but that's but there is where the rub lies. So when I grill something or heat something in a pan, sorry, you guys are getting an impromptu food lesson.
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Well,
Right.
I like to cook. You used to be a
love-
sous chef, right?
I was a full chef.
You were a full chef.
Yes.
Wow, you are really important.
I was. To myself mostly.
Yeah.
I had a really fancy jacket. It was awesome.
I could totally learn from you.
Yeah. Well, I learned from you. I learned from everybody. So,
Yeah.
Right. But the idea is that when we cook on a grill or we cook in a pan, it's like 700 degrees in a saute pan, and then that temperature is cooking the meat, and it's uneven, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
That's
the
a big-
outside's
that's
at
a big problem.
700, and the inside's still a cool, came out of the fridge 45 degrees.
Yeah, it's
until
great
we
when you're
cook it
doing
through.
tartare, but if you want
Right.
a done steak, yeah.
So the sous vide takes that out of the equation, and it makes it a solid temperature all the way through.
Yep.
Nice and even, and it doesn't overcook it. So then when it comes out, you do have to, like you said, we do need to pop it and sear it because, duck is awesome, but it's got
You need that sear. You need that crispiness.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And there's a great. My wife always shows it to me, and I'm trying to think what it is. Pinterest.
Yes.
Called Will It Sous Vide. And
Okay.
they try everything like creme brulee, s'mores. They did s'mores.
What?
Just ridiculous stuff. And it's fascinating. I like experimenting and trying hard things. Like,
Sure.
have you heard of the tripumple?
I have not.
Wow. All right, so the tripumple, it is a cherry pie cooked inside a cake.
Really?
A pumpkin pie cooked inside a different type of cake.
Okay.
And an apple pie cooked inside a different type of cake. And then you stack them and frost them. And that is a tripumple. So when you cut through it, you're getting cake and pie and 3 different types of both. And I'll tell you, this was a challenge. I must have tried it 6 times because either it wasn't done or the weight collapsed the pies. Finally, I finished it. I tried it. Not that great, but it was done. So once I get my boning skills down, turducken. That's the next one I'm doing. Turducken.
I mean, now, full disclosure, when I was a chef, it was basically like 1992 to 2001 was when I was chefing. And I mean, I could totally bone a chicken completely at that point, but I don't know if I can do it anymore.
Well, the thing
It's
is,
tough.
you got to get a duck, a chicken, and a turkey all perfectly deboned.
And perfectly sized.
Yes, and the right size so that they fit inside each other.
Because that's a small chicken, because the ducks first.
It's the chicken, then the duck, then the turkey. And the great thing about the duck is it's so fatty that it moistens everything else. So, yeah, I really want to make one, but yeah.
All right, so the Thanksgiving you make that, we're
Oh,
coming
you're
over.
coming down. Yeah,
We're
you're coming over. Yep.
So Chris and I, we never really get a chance to talk food because, frankly, when I see him, a lot of times it's at beer mongers and things like
gaming,
that. and
drinking,
we're gaming.
yeah.
Exactly. Now, I will tell you, Chris got to play Comet with Chris back when it was still your favorite game.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
It was
It's still in the top 3.
It's still
in the top 3.
Fair enough.
Yep.
And I haven't had a chance. Anachrony sits right here.
Oh,
that picture right there.
I love this one, Miller's Butt Cream.
Oh.
We have those in mugs.
I'm sorry, that Christmas episode, is just, that still stands out. That's amazing.
I don't even remember who made this logo, but thank you. And thank you to Bernard Donahue for making all the mugs. So I still have some of these to give away.
I got 2 upstairs myself.
The Vortex.
Yes.
Yeah. And the Vortex is being cold at the moment.
It is. And that will come up later. Probably by the time you're seeing this, I think it might be too late.
It might be.
But we're going to offer on the live stream, we're going to start a contest this week in honor of Chris being on the show. He's going to give away a couple games from
That's
the
right.
Vortex.
And you know what? I got them now. I can't give them away because they're worth too much on Amazon. I can't sell them. No one wants to pay for them. So I'm giving them to you to give to your listeners. So let me get out of this beautiful Secret Cabal tote.
Which I hope comes with the game, and it's not leaving with the game. I'm sorry.
Okay, you can have this. You can have this. But you have to give it away with the game. That's the rules. No,
you're the worst.
no. Come on. You asked me to bring one of the beer mongers. I will give it to you. All right, so we have Monster Apocalypse, which apparently is $140 on Amazon.
Holy crap.
It's the starter set. It's open, but half the stuff in here has never been touched.
Sure.
And no one wants to pay for it. So there you go.
All right.
And then we have a Monster Apocalypse starter set. So this is the 2-player starter set. This is a single starter set if you want something special. That goes for $99 on Amazon.
What?
No one wants to buy any of this stuff, and I can't just give it away for free because they'll just turn around and sell it. So no, I'm giving it to you as a thank you for having me on the show.
That's awesome. So at some point, this will be a contest.
Yeah.
The schedule gods were not quite ready for how this episode
figure
was
it
going
out.
to go. So we're going to definitely get it out.
I'm
there
used
now.
to that. Like schedule gods are evil, spiteful things. And
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
no, they are.
I run the schedule.
No,
so.
they are.
But that's awesome, and it's really, that's awesome. So, those of you who may not know, Chris has what's called the Vortex. So, Chris is not blessed with the large room that I am blessed with, or the basement that Jamie had to take a.
It basically said this. I want this. If we're gonna buy a house, I want a basement that I can keep all my games in.
And then he had to fill it. He had to make a New Year's resolution to buy more games.
Yeah,
Who does that?
That's nonsense.
But he did.
Meanwhile, I'm like stacking games all over the place. And my wife is like, "What are you doing? Like, this is our guest room. You cannot put games in our guest room." And the funny thing is Matt and Jen Latham, who are good friends of ours, and they're very involved in charities, and I love those two. They were coming to stay at our house,
right?
Because they were coming to a beer mongers get together, I think at Christmas. And I sent them a picture of our guest room. I said, "Here you go, guys. This is the guest room." And I think Matt replied with, "I think there's space for Jen between Cthulhu Wars and." And I forget what the other thing was, but it was ridiculous. There were just games everywhere. But yeah, and so they gotta go.
Right.
I will be divorced if they do not go.
I understand. I'm kind of at that point where I'm. It's not like harsh one in, one out, but I recently. You didn't see this yet, but on the back side of the gaming table, on the other side of the studio. That's where I kind of keep the heavy games.
Oh, the heavy ones.
Yeah, that's where like my 18XX, my
the ones
Your
that no one
Game.
wants to play.
Well, nobody's walking in the upstairs.
Yeah.
People know they come down here because we game down here on Mondays. And so I kind of got like 2 slow expedites and I can kind of sneak some stuff in. Although she watches these, so that might have been a bad idea to say.
I'll distract her by eating some M&Ms. M&Ms.
You see nothing here. But the fun thing is that he has to get down his collection a little bit. And not all these are free. Chris still buys a lot of games.
I am much more selective, but many of these I have bought.
Yeah, it's not like you get droves and droves.
No, Jamie gets all those.
Yeah.
And me, I get, if it's something I really want, I will get it. But no, these are games I bought, and I'm just like, you know what? I got to get rid of them, and I want Cabalists to have them.
That's awesome.
You know, now certain ones I have to charge for because I don't want someone just like, I don't know who's a Cabalist and who's not,
flipper,
you know, and I don't want someone to just take them and flip them. Like, so yeah, stuff like Monster Apocalypse, it's worth good money because it's not out anymore. So yeah, I want people to pay for them. And you know what? No one is. So they're yours. Other ones I'm giving away for free because I don't play them. And I want someone to enjoy them. There was one person who asked for a game because hold on. And now I don't know if
I know this story.
You probably don't.
No? Okay.
But I don't know if it's true or not. You never know if it's true. It's the internet.
Okay.
But they basically said they run a game club at their school.
Okay.
And they have one girl who's there, but not really into games, but she's really into this anime. So he asked for Attack of the Titans. Attack
on Titan, the one with the big tall guy.
And my wife's a huge fan of that. But I was like, you know what? This game's going away to get someone into the hobby.
All right.
Just take it.
All right. So it's not the story I thought. The story I thought was the guy who said, like, I don't want to pay $20.
Oh, yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah, I'm like, it's
$20
for an $80 game. Like, seriously? Like, come on.
So, but that's awesome. And it's, you know, it's things like that, giving back to the community. That's just, it's fun. It's awesome. It's great. It's what I love about this hobby.
I love it. That's the most fantastic thing I love about board gaming is I've found that the naysayers and the alpha nerds are the minority in board gaming. It's mostly just a lot of people who like having a hobby that everybody else is into, and it's a community. You know, we found that out with Cabalist. Like,
absolutely,
it's I love it. I love meeting all these people. They're all great. To all the Cabalists out there, thank you. Like, you make it worth doing this show because I do it for free.
Right. Exactly. Chris isn't quitting his job anytime
I ain't quitting my job, and I know that's Jamie's business. Like, no, I ain't quitting my job.
Awesome. Well, I think in lieu of a game, I think we need to do something special. So
sweet.
I think we're gonna go to Chris's kitchen. We're gonna take a little road trip, but for you, it's gonna be magic. But I think we're going to go to your kitchen. I think we're going to cook something, and it's going to be the Chris Cooks Game All Night Crossover Extreme.
Wait a second. I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I talked to your producer.
That's right.
He said
I did. No.
He said it was cool. So I think we're going to do that, and I think we're going to try and cook something awesome. We'll show some food off, show people, like,
better be. Yeah, it'd suck if I had you over and I cooked like SpaghettiOs.
Yeah.
Look at this. You open the can, you put it in.
Something cool, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, we'll do it. And you'll be my sous chef.
Absolutely. Reporting for duty. So we will be back on location for you in just a moment. Pontifications with Patrick Hillier.
Mahatma Gandhi, as you may or may not know, walked barefoot most of the time, which produced an impressive set of calluses on his feet. He also ate very little, which made him rather frail. With his odd diet, he suffered from bad breath. This made him super calloused, fragile mystic, hexed by halitosis.
Much later.
There you go. So, all right. So here we are. We just left the studio.
That's right.
Albeit like this a few months ago.
just like 10 minutes ago, we drove from your house to my house.
We did. We just kind of beelined it. You drove all the way out to me. I'm driving all the way out to you. But look, I play games with guests, but I thought it'd be really cool to kind of have you kind of show us how to cook something.
That works for me. I always like cooking for everybody.
Right. That's what I thought. So what do you have in store for us, man?
Well, first off, I got to thank you for this swank. chef's outfit. I've never worn one before, so I feel professional now.
I feel like your cooking level's there. I think you need one. So, yeah, thank you.
I just like that you put Chris Eats over here and not Game All Night.
No, I'll take the hit from me. You have your own.
All right, so tonight we're making something called peri peri chicken.
Peri peri.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And I found this through a magazine.
Okay.
That I get because it frequently has odd recipes that are from all over the world that have ingredients that are sometimes hard to find. This one in particular is not that hard to find. But that's the reason I got the magazines in the first place. The guy gave them to me. It was like, I can't find any of these ingredients, so you're going to get it. So anyways, peri peri chicken is popular in Cape Town.
Okay.
And the one thing that really drew me to it was that they say when they eat it, it feels like home. Like this is a very homey.
It's a very
dish.
comfort food.
Comfort food.
Okay.
Comfort food. That's exactly it.
Down with that.
And it's spicy as all hell. So I am all about spice.
Well, we'll have to see about that. We also brought along a guinea pig today because I think Jamie's going to join us when we actually get to eat this later. So.
Oh man!
Hey now.
All right, so let's get started.
All right.
Ready?
So what do we got?
All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the spice mixture, which is going to get under the skin of the chicken as well as going into the sauce. It's going to end up basting the chicken, and I use it for dipping. You're supposed to like pour it over top.
Okay.
I just tear the meat off and dip it in because it's good.
I like the sound of this.
All right, so we got 1 tablespoon of coriander.
All right.
Right? I'm going to dump that in. We've got 3 tablespoons of hot Mexican chili powder. Now, specifically, this recipe says only use Mexican or California chili powder.
Right,
So
because our Americanized isn't this hot. Right?
Exactly. They say that they've tried other ones and they just don't cut it. So I have hot Mexican chili powder because it has the word hot in it. So dump that in there.
Yeah.
There you go.
Never go to a Mexican restaurant and ask them for something super spicy because they see it as a challenge.
Oh, yeah.
You're begging for trouble.
Well, then we have 1.5 tablespoons of just kosher salt.
Kosher salt.
Kosher salt. I don't know why you use table salt. It's ridiculous.
No.
Then we have 1 tablespoon of cumin.
Cumin. All right.
That's good. Cumin. That's how you pronounce it? Cumin.
That's how I pronounce it. Oh, that's right.
All right, so then we've got the paprika. And you can do whatever you want. In fact, the recipe says if it's too hot, you can substitute the paprika for the Mexican chili powder.
Okay, because it still brings some smoky, peppery kind of flavor, but not spice. All right, makes sense.
Exactly. So I have smoked paprika because I think it brings out the flavor of the paprika a lot better.
I agree with that.
That's what I got. Toss that in there.
Excellent.
And then we're going to reach over here and use my favorite whisk, which is from my daughter's play set because it's my favorite whisk that I own. I don't know why it's so awesome, but it's nice and sturdy and it's small and compact and just great.
Hey, what tool works?
Yeah, she's not happy about it, but whatever.
I hope you got her another one.
No, it's Dad's.
That's not very nice.
You know what?
Deal with this fork that we have left in the drawer. Is that how it goes?
I bring her food every night that's not just McDonald's and mac and cheese, which she would be happy with. All right, so then we'll just mix that up. And what we're going to do is we're just going to save a little bit of that. Because what we're going to be doing is rubbing this in under the skin of the chicken, and we don't want to get our fingers from the chicken into this, because this is going into our delicious baste and sauce.
It's a little thing called cross-contamination we were trying to avoid there.
Well, when I'm on video, I don't like to do it. Let's put it that way. In fact, I heard you're supposed to take your wedding ring off when you cook, so I'll do that too.
Wow.
I'm officially available at this point. All right.
There you go, ladies. You heard it.
So then we bring our chicken over. Now this chicken looks particularly gross because it's all natural. It's not one of those Purdue pieces of junk.
I mean, it's not bright yellow. I don't get it.
And then we are going to do what is my favorite term in the history of cooking, which is spatchcocking a chicken.
Okay.
So now I just have to find where it goes, which is right here. So in order to do this, it took me a while to get this right. I need to find my poultry shears.
All right.
You can use a knife too, but you know what? Scissors work much better. So you find the backbone of the chicken and you just cut that sucker out.
So I like, people might know I legit went to chef school. I'm a chef. I've never heard that term in my life.
I've been cooking for a long time too, and I've never heard it either. And I was like, what the hell? This has to be impossible to do.
But I like it.
But you know what? It's actually super easy. And the one thing I will recommend is using these poultry shears because they're almost like garden shears. They have some spring to them, and you can get a lot of leverage behind them.
You know, it's funny. Scissors are like so handy in the kitchen anyway. Like sometimes if I need to chop up herbs and things like that, sometimes it's easier to grab a basil leaf and just nail it with some scissors.
Just some scissors, yeah.
So easy.
Oh, so then we gotta go in here and you just run along the backbone.
We're getting rid of that.
Get it out of here. And the goal of all this is to lay the chicken flat. So this we can just throw away or use for stock or whatever you want, but you know what, I throw it away.
Stock's another show.
Yeah, stock's another show. I get yelled at all the time for that. Okay, so the one thing I do need is I need a knife, which I didn't put out here. So I will use this one. This works. This is my carving knife. You can use any knife you want. But the goal here is there's a little piece of the breastbone right here, and all you want to do is slice it.
Just to break it open.
Just to break it open. And now this thing is going to lay nice and flat. And then we just bend the wings back a little bit to make it.
My brother used to do that to me when I was a kid.
What? Break your breastbone with a knife?
No, like do the chicken wing thing behind my back.
Come on now.
Not very nice.
I usually do this. There we go. That's what. Yeah, there we go. All right. So now the fun part, which is nice and messy. So there are two ways to do this.
Right?
So what we're going to be doing is taking all this goodies and getting it all underneath the skin and the breast. It's going to make the skin nice and flavorful. It's going to make the meat nice and juicy and get that flavor down into the meat.
I like it.
The one thing, which I'm not doing today, but I did the other day and I really dig it, is I actually cut the jalapenos that we're going to use in the sauce.
All right.
Before I do this, to get all that hot jalapeno juice all over it, and it just makes it hotter. So we got.
I might appreciate that later. We'll see.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to do that today. So we got
about 4 to 5 hours anyway.
So what I do is I just find a hole in the skin somewhere. If there isn't one, you can just cut it, and then I just loosen everything up. I try not to make any holes.
Right, you're just trying to kind of create the gap in between the skin and the meat.
Yeah, and it should.
Do you do this with your Thanksgiving turkey? Because I do.
I do too. Yeah.
I put a
I do
full
that.
stick of butter in there.
Yep, butter and all the flavorings. Put that under there. Heck yeah.
Good stuff.
That's why people like my Thanksgiving turkeys.
Right?
Just don't go to the grocery store and just get one of those that's like pre-made. You just throw it in, and you know the injection is nonsense.
No, take your time, brine it up, let it rest.
Exactly. Brine it for like I've brined one for like at least overnight, but I think I brined one for a couple of weeks, or not a couple of weeks, a couple of days.
A couple weeks.
A couple of weeks.
Making turkey jerky over here.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so now that that's all nice and loose, I can just take this and start shoving it.
Oh, I like this.
And you know what? What I've done in the past is if I feel like I need some more, maybe the bird is a little larger than I'm used to. This is a 5-pound bird. I'll just dump some of the other the stuff we're saving.
Yeah, but the important thing is we don't want to touch that after we have chicken hands.
Exactly. So I'll just pick up the side and like just dump a little bit in. So get all this because this is good flavor.
Man, you can smell that spice too.
I know, right?
Nice and smoky. Oh, it's good.
And that hot Mexican chili powder is so delicious. I love it. I made this for my wife and daughter, and my daughter, who used to eat wings that were too hot for me to eat, now can't stand spicy food. So
you broke her.
I had to start cutting back on everything. So I just started like lowering the heat of everything I could. So now I can't use the hot Mexican chili powder. I use like maybe a tablespoon, and then just cut everything else with the paprika. I don't know what happened. How I have these people in my life, I don't know. They don't like spicy food.
My wife, like, if I like wave the peppermill over the food, she'll go, "Wow, this is spicy." So
It's ridiculous. It's so good.
So when I cook and I make things like that, I literally have to make two. Like one that's like the plain Jane generic version, and then one that is the heat I want. Because too hot, I get the hiccups. We talked about that earlier.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's how you know it's something that is just hot enough.
Just enough to get the hiccups.
So then what I do is, after I've done like just kind of all the inside stuff I can, I'll just take it out and rub it on the skin. We're going to be basting it anyways later, but the important thing to note, the bird's laying nice and flat now. It's going to cook a lot more even than if it was all in one giant bunch. In fact, I think I'm going to do this more often. I actually really am very glad I found this out.
And how long does it take? It takes no time.
It's like 45 minutes. It cooks so much faster now.
Right.
Now, we're going to do this on the oven. Or in the oven. But you can do it on the grill. It just happens to be raining outside right now. So no grill today, but the grill tastes much better because it's got the nice char and the smoky flavor. Love it on the grill. In fact, that's where I prefer. And this is kind of like street food almost.
Yeah, it should.
So you want to be on the grill. But it tastes just fantastic in the oven. So we're going to set this bird aside for an hour and just let everything kind of soak in.
I like it.
I am actually, the next time I make this, after this, I'm going to be setting this aside for like 3 hours or so, because I want to see how much of that flavor I can get down into the meat.
All right, so we're back. It's sauce time.
Sauce time. Saucy.
I just see a lot of jalapeno peppers here.
Well, yeah, and so there are a lot of peppers that go into this. The recipe actually calls for Fresno peppers, which are like red jalapenos essentially.
Okay.
They make it look much prettier because you get a really nice red look.
But we don't get them here on the East Coast.
Yeah.
We don't get the Hatch chilies. We don't get the Fresnos. So
we don't get anything good like that. So
it'd be a Thai, and that'd be a little too spicy. It's not gonna work.
So this is not going in the chicken. It's going to be basting the chicken a little bit, and it's also going to be the sauce that we're going to add.
Awesome.
So you don't really need to worry too much about the heat here, but if you need to lower it, you can switch to probably like some green pepper, toss some green pepper in there or something like that. If you want to make it hotter, you can go like substitute a couple for Serrano. Maybe Poblano would be good. Poblanos, I think, are a little too sweet.
Or cut out the ribs and seeds. That's always what I have to do sometimes. It's like you get rid. Those two are the hottest components. So if we get rid of those, it'll be even more mellow.
It kind of stinks because I like the seeds, but I hate the ribs because the ribs are a little bitter.
Okay.
But I don't know. So so what we're going to be doing is taking all the stuff you see here and dumping it in a processor and processing it. And then we're just going to set it aside and use it when we're cooking the chicken.
I like the sound of this.
And we're going to quarter these peppers. Get my wonderful knife out. Now, I will say I don't like these peppers very, very much. If you want good jalapenos, you'll look for peppers that have the cracks and the stuff that people think makes it look bad.
Right.
These are nice and smooth and pretty. You want nice aged peppers. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take all of this, every one we do, and we're just going to throw it in there.
My lips are burning already.
Yeah, the trick. One trick is if you want to see actually how hot the pepper is before you use it, you can actually lick the part you cut off, the stem, and
interesting.
It'll give you a bit of the taste of what the pepper's heat is going to be like. What do you mean?
Show us.
So you'll just take this, which we cut off, give it a little lick.
Hot?
Well, I like hot food, but this is a little spicy. Oh yeah, it's got some spice.
Yeah, it's a little delayed heat.
Yeah, so not bad. Definitely would not make my wife or daughter happy.
So we're gonna throw all this in. We can we can kind of take our time and
fast forward, make everybody happier. Oh yeah, by the way, gloves.
Yeah, I was
will
gonna
make
say.
you happy much later because you're not gonna get all that pepper juice
on your eye or other non-friendly places.
Yeah.
That men would appreciate.
Going to the bathroom afterwards, not so much fun.
I think we both have war stories for that one.
Oh yeah, I rubbing eyes, putting contacts in. Yeah, I use I use peppers a lot. So
and you know what the thing is though, you can wash your hands and it still might not be enough because it's an oil. And
well, yeah,
you don't necessarily get all the oils.
And I've actually had some where the oil seeps. Like I can already feel it. It's like this cold sensation going through my gloves. So depending on the quality of the gloves you get, it can get through it. So yeah, just be careful.
So that was 6 good-sized jalapenos.
6 good-sized jalapenos. We'll set these aside because we don't really need those. Then we're going to put 3 cloves of garlic.
All right.
If you watch Chris Eats, I use the cheap garlic, which is the pre-minced garlic, because I don't feel like wasting my time. But
right, but I mean we could throw in whole cloves. It'll
process.
It'll work.
It'll be fine. All right, so we get all that in there.
You and I might differ on opinion on that one.
Well, you know, when I'm in a hurry, if I'm making a good pasta sauce, I'll use real chopped garlic. But
for those of you at home that this is within like arm's reach, I have fresh garlic bulbs sitting right here, but no.
I also don't want to make you sit there while I chop garlic, all right? So that's what we do in this house is we got time, we're going to do it.
So that's just for being pretty, I get it.
Exactly.
That's fine.
So then we're going to take all that leftover seasoning that we have.
Okay.
And we're going to toss that in there. And then we're going to toss in about 2 tablespoons of white sugar. Okay. Add a little bit of sweetness to it.
Sweet's always good against the heat.
Sweet's always good. All right, so you'll notice we have these 2 sitting here. We're going to put those in later.
Yeah, if we throw them in now, it'll just splash everywhere.
Exactly. So we're going to find our favorite food processor and just pulse the heck out of this sucker. Okay. All right, let's see how those are looking. They're getting there. Trusty spatula. And get this stuff down in there. End result is you want it to be a kind of a paste almost. This has a couple of peppers that aren't chopped up, but I think that's mostly because they were pretty large.
Gotcha.
All right, so then we're going to take a 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar and slowly add that.
Red wine vinegar, when you add it to the heat, really kind of opens it up.
Yeah.
It's
Any kind of acid is good.
Right.
And we're actually going to use 2 kinds because we're going to put a 1/2 cup of lemon juice in.
It's not Julia Child's red wine, but it'll work.
No, it'll work.
It's getting nice and saucy.
Yeah, it's getting there. Oh, yeah, we're looking good.
Getting nice and pasty.
I'm gonna give it just a couple more pulses, and then I think we'll be done. So now we're gonna just set this aside and let it stay there for a while until we start putting the chicken in the oven.
All right. So sounds like it's a good time to have a beer.
I agree.
All right.
It's always a good time to have a beer.
So through the magic of television, we're going to grab a beer, and then you'll see us put something in an oven, take something out of an oven.
Yeah, we'll put it in raw and take it out cooked, and then we'll eat it.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Slide that sucker in. And let it go. Now the nice thing is, since we spatchcocked it, it's going to cook pretty evenly.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice.
We've just been keeping an eye on it. We're gonna baste the sucker a little bit with our reserve sauce, and if you can, get some of the wonderful little giblets left over. All right, time is up. We're gonna pull this sucker out without burning ourselves. And what you should see is a relatively crispy, juicy chicken. So it should cook to 160 in its thickest part, which is usually around here or here. And if you want, you can stick I like a thermometer that actually sticks in there while you cook, because I don't like testing it while I'm cooking, because then all the juices come out. So there you go. So now we let it rest and we carve it up.
Many unbearable hours later.
All right, so we're back. We pulled this out.
That's right.
We just set it on the cutting board to kind of let it rest. Whatever you cook, Chris, you let it rest, right?
If it's a meat, let it rest. Otherwise, you cut it, the juice is just going to spill out. It's going to be a mess. It's going to get dry.
Right.
When you let it sit there, the juices get back into the meat, and it just makes it nice, and juicy, and actually all that juice is flavor. So yeah, you want to keep it in there.
It gives it a chance to kind of relax after the trauma of cooking.
Being tortured in the oven, yes.
So we have our sauce that we made, and then you chopped. Unfortunately, the smell-o-vision's not working for most of you.
I know, right?
Cilantro.
Cilantro. Yeah, apparently there are mutants out there who have a genetic disorder and cannot like cilantro. They think it tastes terrible.
And it tastes like soap, I believe.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I could not go through life like that because cilantro is one of my favorite herbs to ever use in anything.
Pain in the butt to grow in your own garden.
That's why I just get it at the grocery store.
My goodness, you have to top that thing like it's crazy. It goes to seed and it's just done. I've tried many years. I'm like you. I just buy it.
Just get it at the store. It's a bunch. It's a buck. Whatever. Love it. Cilantro, I use it all the time. So
we basted this a couple times in the cooking process, and that smelled yummy every single time. We've let it rest. Please, God, tell me it's time to eat.
Oh, it is time to eat. Yep.
So I think we need to make one adjustment here. I think we have the M for you. I think we need to make that a W.
Very good. Yes, good point.
We got the Chris show going. We got the M.
W. That's a great idea. It's fate. It is fate.
Just spur of the moment. I'm like that. All right, so
are you ready?
Let's dive into this.
All right, what do you want? Leg or breast or wing? We could even take the wing off.
I'm a breast man.
Eat it all. Really?
Let's start there.
All right.
Wow.
I'll give you all the skin. Oh wait, no, I will eat off the W. How's that?
That's fine. That's fine.
So I'm gonna take.
We can kind of. There we go. Now we're good.
No, it would be an honor. I'm gonna eat off the leg.
Guys, I learned something.
The spatchcock is
the
spatchcock, and you get to say spatchcock.
Yeah, say spatchcock.
You get to say cock like 5 million times.
Right. So we're definitely gonna take some of this, right?
That's right. You take some of that sauce, put it on.
Of course, we got
cilantro. Yeah. Put that on there. Get some of this. Now, if you're like me, I just take this chicken and just dip it in here because.
Oh yeah, but
it's the best.
This
is good finger food, right?
Absolutely. So cheers.
Give it a go. Cheers. Hot, spicy. That's fantastic, and it makes your hands really freaking messy.
Wow.
Nice, juicy.
Wow.
And some good heat. It's not. It's like flavorful heat.
So interesting thing. I tried the sauce by itself, and it instantly gave me hiccups because while I have a high tolerance for heat, my body says hiccups at level X. And this is great. This is a nice warmth that's not crazy. This is awesome.
Yep. And I'll tell you what I do. I'll eat my fill here, but for me, this is snack food.
Yeah.
I will put this in the fridge, and I will let it cool off because I actually like this better cold.
Really?
And every once in a while, when I get hungry, I'll just go in, I'll peel something off, dip it in the sauce, eat it. It's my snack. It's just like sopressata or something. You're just going to cut and eat like little pieces of meat.
Just nosh on it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is, and it's great hangover food.
Oh.
When you got a hangover, the heat, the protein, it's so good.
Awesome.
I love this dish. I'm so glad I found it. So,
Chris,
speaking of hangovers, cheers.
This is it. I'm tired of looking at this thing. Let's have a quick drink.
Yep.
Thank you, sir, for showing us.
My
how to
pleasure.
cook this.
Thank you.
This is amazing.
Highly recommended.
Yeah, I mean, it's something I'm definitely going to do in the future. And thank you guys for watching. Hopefully, you're not too hungry right now.
I know, right? Go out and make this thing. It's cheap. It's cheap. That's
right?
the best part.
Yeah, go look at how much a fryer chicken costs next time. Don't try to do this with just breast meat. You need the skin. You need the... No, do the whole chicken. Trust me, you will love it.
Do breast meat. You can't say spatchcock.
Exactly. You need to go teach all of your friends that you know what a spatchcock is. And with that, we're going to leave you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Have a great one. Thanks for watching, and snack well. When
Snack well. That's a good one.
that is a good one. When you game all night.
Oh, I see what you did.
See what I did there. Well, that's a wrap. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed our efforts at comedy and fun, please support us on Podpledge. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And of course, don't forget to engage with us on Board Game Geek Guild 3134. You can also check us out on our website, gameallnightshow.com. And this show has been made possible through supporters like these. Game All Night is proud to be sponsored by Game Toppers. Check them out at GameToppersLLC.com, upgrading your gaming experience. Angry Octopus.